Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events. A guide to active independent living. With your hosts, Margie Toms and Janet Halliday.
Welcome to Senior Connections. I'm Margie Wimberly Toms.
And I'm Janet Halliday. Today we're going to be talking about retrofitting your home for longevity, and we're going to be talking specifically about flooring issues. And our guest today is Brian Peeb, and you are with Floor Boys, and you're located on 378 outside of Lexington, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, welcome to Senior
Brian.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, particularly installation? Just kind of give us a small breakdown so our viewers will know what you're talking about, okay?
We start everything off with assessment. I like to come out and measure and meet the customers, see the environment, how the floors are going to be used, and then from there we can schedule shopping inside the store, seeing what products are going to meet their needs, and then scheduling the installation that is best for them. We offer a full range of services: hardwood, tile, laminate, carpet, vinyl floors, custom baths, and each one of those is going to have a specific installation.
Yes.
So
that will vary.
Yes, ma'am.
So most of your population, would you say, is seniors? Or it varies?
It varies. The majority of my customers in the 50-year-old demographic on up. But I had 20-year-olds last week. So.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we'll let you have those 20-year-olds too. But we really want to focus on that 50-plus demographic, because what a lot of times that somebody says, oh, I want to put in a new bathroom, or I want to update my house, or whatever the case may be, what they are failing to think about is down the road. They're thinking about the aesthetic issue, and we're trying to find a compromise between functionality of the products as well as the aesthetic look of the product. So when you say that you go in and do the assessment, say it was on a slab of some sort, tell us about the process you'd use.
Well, if it's on a slab or if it has a wood crawl space, we're going to do a moisture reading first, because with any of the hard surface installations, moisture is going to be our biggest problem, the thing we combat the most. Hardwood doesn't like moisture, and tile loves moisture, but under the right circumstances.
So when you're doing these tests for moisture, what are you really looking for? Is it the product that you're putting down prior to putting on the hardwood or laminate, or are you saying you can't use that product at all?
There will be products that we can't use at all due to high moisture content, or if you have a lot of moisture up underneath your house, and then we need to work on vapor barriers, moisture barriers, and we need to combat that problem before we go in and beautify your home. So that's where the moisture readings come into play. And sometimes we have to combat that first, or we have to move to another product.
When you put your showers in, is that a whole complete unit that goes into the space where you had your old shower? How does that work? I want to picture it in my mind.
Well, no, ma'am. Most of the time when we do a tile shower, we're gonna rip it all out. We're gonna go back down the studs. We're gonna start with a concrete substrate, and we're gonna go tile. We're going to tile up the walls, and we're going to waterproof everything. We use a specific waterproofing system. It's a Schluter shower system, and from the subfloor up, it waterproofs our substrate before we go put tile on it, so that you can have the longevity of it. And we were speaking, when we go to tile and bathrooms, we are a flooring company, and we can integrate a curbless shower into your floor. So
now, when you say curbless, explain to our audience what that means.
Where we don't have to step over anything as we get in. We don't have to worry about the trip hazards. We can keep all our water still contained in the shower, but we can integrate it into the floor where it has a slight slope. Just as you get older, or physical limitations,
Sure.
yeah, this is going to
We'll be taking care of it already. Is that what you're saying?
And we're going to take our first break, so stay right there. We'll be back in just a minute.
Are your floors in need of a facelift? Shop at Floor Boys. We have the highest quality products, value pricing, and unmatched service. At Floor Boys, we treat you like family, provide an experience you cannot get at the big box stores. So please come see me, Brian, at Floor Boys.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath or unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products today for help with safe, comfortable, independent bathing solutions. We specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Our walk-in tubs feature hydrotherapy technology, so your bath is always warm and may even increase blood flow circulation and reduce swelling. Call Comar today to schedule your showroom appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are your floors in need of a facelift? Shop at Floor Boys. We have the highest quality products, value pricing, and unmatched service. At Floor Boys, we treat you like family, provide an experience you cannot get at the big box stores. So please come see me, Brian, at Floor Boys.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are continuing talking with our guest, Brian Peed, telling us all about installation and all that good stuff in terms of carpeting. Now, what I wanted to ask you, you talked about tile before. You mentioned something about tile, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you relate it to what it was that you were talking about, the importance of it?
Well, we had spoke once about slip resistance, and we needed to make sure that if we did retrofit the bathroom or kitchen, that we used a slip-resistant tile. And that's also where we go back to the in-home flooring assessment. If we see that there's a need for slip-resistant tile, we're going to have some that are more resistant to slipping than our typical flooring tiles.
So there's nothing that's slip-proof. It's just slip-resistant.
Yes, ma'am.
And that has just a little fine kind of roughness to it.
It has a fine abrasive in the last finish. Now this abrasive isn't any harder to clean. It is just aids in
just protection, safety. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to encourage folks to think about these things if they're going to invest that kind of money in their house. You know, a lot of folks, particularly in their 50s, like I said, they want to maybe renovate. They've been in the house for maybe 10 or 15 years and they're looking to update. But people need to start thinking, I want to stay in this house for the next 20, 25 years, and I want to make it safe. And I want to make it practical. And some of the other things that we were talking about were hardwoods versus laminate. Kind of explain the pros and cons of hardwoods versus laminates.
Well, again, when the moisture test, doing that up front is going to determine whether we can use a hardwood in your home. And there are pros and cons of hardwood. Hardwood is the only product that actually increases the value of your home. And if resale is something you need to keep in mind, hardwood may be a great alternative for you. A lot of people like the practicality of a laminate and the easy to clean, and just the wearability of a laminate. It's just a very, very practical floor.
The laminates that I've seen lately on the market are really, they're scratch proof.
Well, we don't say scratch proof, but a lot more scratch resistant. They do have bevels. They look a lot more realistic. Some of them are hand scraped, where it's very hard to tell the difference between some of the laminates and a real hardwood. There are laminates also that have tile looks and also have some texture and are going to be slip resistant also.
So most of the products then that you put in the showers and the kitchens, etc., come from the store where you are in charge of or own?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how that works?
I've hand selected all the floors that I have in the store.
Yes.
I installed for a long time, and I decided when I went into business for myself, I wanted to make sure I had a quality of floor that was going to last.
Yes.
And so you're not going to find the largest selection, but you're going to find a very good selection.
And what was the name of your company?
It's Floor Boys.
Floor.
Well, you can tell us how long
Floor Boys?
Yes, ma'am.
B-O-Y-S?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
You can tell us how long you installed.
And where you're located also.
I'm located at 4884G Sunset Boulevard in Lexington.
Oh, in Lexington.
Yes, ma'am. God's country.
All right.
And my professional history is I sold flooring for 11 years before I decided to install with my brother-in-law.
I see.
And that's when we formed Floor Boys, and that was 7 years ago. And it took us in the direction of high-end hardwood and tile installations.
Brian, I want to ask you now, do you have an area that you work within, or do you go statewide?
Yes, we install anywhere in the Midlands. We prefer to stay as close to Columbia as we can, but we travel to Sumter, Florence. We were at the beach last week, so we'll go where the need is.
Huh?
Those are nice jobs. And we will be right back, and we're going to talk about carpeting when we return.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home, they are your neighbors, and you'll appreciate the difference.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are talking to Brian Peed of Floor Boys in Lexington. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your price ranges, Brian?
Well, we have a very low overhead and have a small shop. I like to say it's just a little niche flooring shop.
I was pitching like a large showroom.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
It looks a lot like my living room, and it's where I conduct my business. We run 7 installation crews out of there, and primarily that's my job is to head the installers. But we also have a great selection of flooring, and I hope you're going to feel at home. But because of the low overhead,
yes,
my prices are very, very competitive. I was shopped 3 or 4 times last week, and everyone came back and said I was considerably less.
Okay.
And we do offer a senior discount. I heard y'all speaking about it earlier.
Yeah.
And now I've said 60 years old and up, and we'll do 10-15% depending on the product you choose.
Well, that's great. Now, one of the things that we had talked about, because I had the pleasure of going over and talking to Brian in his business, and the fact that you really do provide personal service as opposed to maybe going to one of your competitors like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. You are very knowledgeable, plus you are actually doing the installation.
I'm not doing the installation. It is one of our crews.
Well, that's what I mean.
So, yes, ma'am. These guys have worked for me 7-8 years. But as far as Floor Boys, the personal assessment, the in-home shopping, who you talk to, it would be me. You may get lucky enough to speak to my wife if I'm out. But it is going to be very personal. And that's what we pride ourselves in.
Wow. Sure. Do you have pamphlets that you disseminate?
Don't need to, because I'm going to come.
I realize that, but for people who maybe want to compare you to another store, can they see anything firsthand in terms of what your woods and your materials look like? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're internet savvy, I do have a great website. It's floorboys.com. And we also offer the in-home shopping service where I'm going to bring samples to your home if that's something you need.
I understand.
Especially if you can't get out. I'll be glad to bring them to you. We can talk over the phone. And, I do have brochures from each of my suppliers that list their products. But
I see.
Nothing is nice as feeling it and touching it.
It's
now
true,
I want
makes
to
a
get in
difference.
here about the carpeting. There are going to be those folks that say no hardwoods, no laminates, it's too noisy. And what I'm trying to get at are folks that are selecting flooring for wheelchairs, walkers, hospital beds. What kind of carpeting do you have in terms of accommodating those types of needs?
Well, we have a very wide variety of carpet selections. But what I'm going to suggest in those scenarios, and even as you get a little bit older, sometimes you drag your feet. We have some really short, tight, plush carpets, commercial grade carpets, but they don't have the commercial look. They're going to still have a little bit of the plushiness. We can use a little bit more dense cushion up underneath it. and it's going to take away a lot of that trip hazard.
And that was my next question, is if you're going with a commercial grade carpet, does it require a certain kind of the undercarpet? What do you call that?
The cushion, the pad.
Cushion, the pad.
It does, and you know, again, upon assessment when we're in the home, we're going to see what your subfloor requirements are. Then depending on the carpet we choose, I'm going to make sure you have the right one there. And the cushions are relatively inexpensive that would go with commercial grade carpets.
When builders are building new homes, do they use your services to any extent? How does that work?
A few builders do. They're going to be the discriminating builders.
Okay, sure.
Mostly custom home builders and individuals that have contracted their own flooring services.
Sure.
We do a lot of work for people that want that personal service. I'm not out there with the track builders.
No.
And that's not where we focus our business.
And we're going to take another break right now, but if you're looking for flooring, give Brian a call and we'll be right back.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We're talking to Brian Peed of Floor Boys in Lexington. You had mentioned something about the assessments that you do initially. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that works?
Well, I would love to offer your viewers that there will never be a charge for the in-home assessment. That if you either want to call Floor Boys at 359-0507 or go to floorboys.com.
Good to know.
And I'll be glad to schedule that at your convenience. If I need to bring samples to you, if you can't come out, be glad to come out. And we can see what your needs are before you waste your time coming to the store or driving to Lexington, which you want to drive to Lexington because it's beautiful.
Not down 378.
Oh my gosh.
I want to remind folks that if you go to seniorconnections.tv, we will have a link to Brian's store so that if you don't remember the Floor Boys, you can always find a link on all of our guests from our website. So please check that out. And now, you said you gave a senior discount.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that age again? 50?
We said 60. We'll work with you.
He said 60 plus, yeah.
Because there's always this great conversation about what is a senior? How old do you have to be? And so, you know, we want clarification there. And you said a free assessment.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you primarily work in the Midlands, but you have gone out to the beach. And obviously, people who are in their 30s that might possibly have a parent maybe coming to live with them at some point should be considering flooring options. Now you're going to see over and over through the course of the year, like I said, retrofitting your home for longevity, because we all want to age in place as long as possible. That's why we started with flooring today, and we're going to cover all of it, from baths to roofs, actually, because like I said, people really are wanting to stay in their homes. It's a huge investment.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. How many jobs does your crew do in a month's time, Brian?
We're running 7 installation crews right now, and most of our jobs on the larger scale are going to take a week. So, you know, we're running anywhere from 15 to 22, 23 jobs a month.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
wow, that's good.
But 72-hour turnaround on carpet is very possible.
Brian, I was when you were talking initially about installation, now, and you were talking about the subflooring. Now, if there needs to be any structural work, you do all that, or do you contract that out?
Well, you threw me for a loop when you said structural work. If it is actual structure, if we're talking about joists, we're talking about piers, we're going to need to call someone in for that. We have a relationship with a great contractor that I'd be glad to refer. But if it's subfloor, we're talking about our plywood. We can do any repairs. We have water damage. A lot of sheetrock stuff. Anything close to the floor, we can take care of.
Okay, one more question with carpeting. Is there a difference when it says stain resistant versus what is the stain proof or whatever? I mean, are there stain proof carpets?
There are no stain proof carpets. You know, there are a lot more stain resistant carpets, and that's going to depend on the quality of the fiber. And I'll be glad to go in detail with that with any customer.
Okay. Well, I hope you all have learned about carpeting and flooring today, and you will, when you're thinking about a renovation, give Brian a call. Thanks for being with us and letting us know.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And be sure and pick up your copy of Senior Living Guide. It has now gone to a statewide publication. It has a lot of great information in it. And thanks for being with us today.
Yes, and we'll see you next week, and the Lord be with you.